would really like to know about you guys. There is Sir Umar, there is Lanka. I got to know about you guys from them. So I see. I really appreciate Rida. She is, I guess, from Pakistan. So I would really like to know, until people joins, we can have some sort of conversation. I do not know when I will get a chance again to have, and chat with you guys. So I would appreciate you if you could tell some about your journey with movers, and how you guys, movers feels like a family to me. I am there in a well-being, group, and everybody's like my family. If I texted something, that if I had a bad day, everybody will be there, cheering me up. So I would appreciate it, if you could share about your experience real quick about it.
Rita, I
Hasib, would you
think you
like to
can
go
start.
first? Okay. No worries. So yeah, for me it was super, super, super crazy because I'm a published author, and as everybody knows that I saw a poster about the promotion of Tell Your Story. This is another workshop from the Movers platform, and I thought they were like about to tell you something about how to write, how to create the narrative, and all that, just because of to tell your story, right? So I have another level of thinking, and I like signed up for that workshop, and I received the whole list of the schedules of all the workshops and everything. And for first time, it was like a very new thing for me. It was like 4.5 years ago, and I didn't know anything about the introduction to SDGs, and it was very, very, very fresh and new for me. So concept. Then I thought, let's try, give it a try, and I attended that boot camp, all the workshops, and this was the click thing. I love the platform, the journey, and after that boot camp, we started workshops in Pakistan as well. And I still remember in the beginning there was so many different things we need to plan, and I approached people from Bangladesh, from India, and they was like so welcoming everybody. And then we started this chapter Pakistan, and I still remember I became the first ever movers envoy from Pakistan as well. So there's no going back after then. But yes, that tell your story it changed a lot of things for me, and now I'm telling everyone that how I joined this program. And tell your story become like a, you can say like a slogan or intro for me now. So it's super crazy because I was hoping and planning a very different thing, but it like give me a space in movers in UN. And then I did a lot of thing in terms of advocacy world. I joined the YCAP, I joined the Springboard Fellowship, I launched my own startup. I participated in many policies and papers. I got to know how business and SDGs can link, how climate is working, how climate advocacy is working. Then we did alcohol in Pakistan, and we like work for the cops and so many things. So yeah, that first workshop is literally like the intro of my the whole journey. Over to you, Hasbula.
A really very inspiring story, because it's really feels very good when I come to know about any mover's story. So for me, telling about mover's journey, SDGs started from end of 2015 or officially launched very beginning of 2016. So Movers program launched at the end of 2019, if I'm not wrong. So I was touched with the Movers program from the very beginning. So that's why it's really make me feel proud to know about any Movers story. So Movers launched in Bangladesh. It's also a matter of proud for me as Bangladeshi. So Movers launched at Bangladesh with a boot camp. So I was invited to attend that boot camp, but I missed it somehow for some of my other engagement. So Linka and Dinlong, one of our the Movers cheerleaders. So they have come to Bangladesh and facilitate the sessions. And on that time we have just one module, which is introduction to SDG and entrepreneurship. I hope all the movers know about that module. So that was our very first module. So from 2020 2020 January, maybe, I have attended the sessions organized by that participants in the boot camp. So from that workshop, so I have started my journey with movers. So now it's 2025, and I have facilitated, I think, I don't know the numbers, how many sessions I have facilitated. And hopefully it's like almost 4,000 youth across Asia Pacific. I have uh, facilitated the movers things, and also the topics we cover in the movers. So in 2022 I have joined UNDP as communication consultant. So from that time I used to do some comms work regarding movers program as well across the countries. So yeah, so it's a very uh, great journey for myself, like doing the workshops, attending the workshops from to the mechanism level, working at UNDP to mobilize the movers program as well. Along with the YECAP, Rita told about YECAP. My core project is to work is YECAP, our youth empowerment in climate action platform. So movers program is one of the initiator of YECAP as well, in the UN ecosystem. So movers program did a lot, and nowadays it's like very much uh, familiar to all the youth across the Asia Pacific. So I love the journey, and let's see what I can do more for Movers program in future days. Over to you, Mariam.
It was great hearing you guys. We had a session, yesterday with Bisma and Ong. Bisma was from Pakistan and Ong was also from Bangladesh. So we had a great session with them as well, and their journey was inspiring, so good. And yes, Rida, I saw on LinkedIn that you were very first, movers in Hawaii. It's just a proud moment to share same country. So I think we have some very powerful speakers, everyone. We have a good number of audience also have joined. I think they are um oh, okay, everyone is saying hello, hi to both of you. So I think we should start with the session, since we should respect the punctuality of the people who have joined on time. So I'll just keep a short introduction. Since everybody got your introduction, I'll just give a small one of mine, so I could not overshadow you guys. So, Assalamualaikum everyone. This is Mariam Salman as an project lead and operational manager at Institute of Emerging Careers. And you guys are, seeing me from past 2 days on these session. I hope you aren't bored seeing my face again and again. But yeah, so we have amazing speakers lined up, 50 plus speakers for next, 4 more days. Till 20th, it will be continuing. I'll be sharing the attendance form in the chat box. Please, fill that out if you want some creative certificates. I've really worked hard on that. But well, just passing the floor to Hasibul Islam, sorry. So yeah, you guys can take over. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Mariam, for having us. So today we will discuss about leadership in action. So it's a core thing that we should discuss about nowadays, like how leadership is working, taking place digitally at the same time in our regular life. So we should know about like how to influence people and how to lead perfectly as a leader. So as it's interactive session, but this time we are going live, so some modality will change with the slides. So there is no chance of speaking for the audience. So just please try to interact as much as you can in the comment box. You can share any thoughts, anything, feel free to share, because it's a safe space for you to share. So don't hesitate to interact or share any insights regarding the topic. So firstly, I want to tell something about Movers program. So Movers program is a regional program across Asia Pacific, and making youth aware about sustainable development goals, developing entrepreneurial mindset, and also the 21st century skills. So we do different types of sessions, and as I know that yesterday you have attended a session on well-being. So we have multiple modules on selective SDGs, like we have session on life on land, climate action, quality education, gender equality, so and so on. And at the same time, we have some skill related uh, modules like leadership in action, uh, LinkedIn and social branding. So there are a lot of things we you can attend in the movers program. So and we do the sessions in TOT approach. So if you attend one movers workshops, uh, so if you can team up with another movers, you can start a new movers workshop in your community. So you can spread the message and you can spread the things all over the region. So that's why movers program is now so much bigger in all of the countries in the Asia Pacific region. Okay, so if you can share on chat box, like when you hear leadership, what comes to your mind? You can share on your chat box, or I will make the question and answer parts very short, because as it's live session this time, so it's really difficult to interact uh, real time, and we have time constraint as well. So please try to share on the chat box. I will read out later, or if it's on time, then I can continue with the things. So when you hear leadership, what comes to your mind? So when we hear leadership, so as we are in the South Asian countries, so we sometimes we think about like people talking talking in front of a lot of people. So these are the things we think about leadership. But leadership can be something community based, doing something really small with some of the people, organizing them to do. So these kind of things are also called leadership. So leadership can be a thought in many ways. So one of our participants is telling that leadership means you are leader leading the leading person. Okay, so you can think as it's on live, so you can see the sessions later as well. So whoever attending the sessions, would you describe yourself as a leader or as a young leader? Think about that, because as a person, we have multiple chance in our lifespan to lead. In family, we can lead our family. In schools, in colleges, in universities, we can lead the students at your classroom. And at the same time, when we come out, so come up the end of the educations, we attend many jobs. So in job sectors, we can lead our team as well, we can lead our company. Also, if you do politics or youth related works or social works, we can lead on that places as well. So in our lifespan, we get opportunities to lead many times. So sometimes people think I'm a by-born leader, and sometimes people think no, leadership is a thing we should nurture among ourselves by practicing the rules and norms, and also practicing the regular things that will make us a perfect leader, efficient leader. So there might be a lot of thinkings about leadership, but this question is for those like, if you think that you are a leader, so you can like stop, you can like close your eyes and think like, yeah, I'm a leader. So that sort of things. And also it's also for safe as self-assessment, from 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with your leadership skills? As you get the opportunity to lead in many spaces in your life, from family to from companies, from to organizations, from and to countries. So you can lead in many spaces. So are you satisfied in your leadership skills? So you can just give a rating of yourself. So it's just for your self assessment, and think twice about your leadership skill. I have skipped the workshop related things. So here is a quote from John Quincy Adams. It's If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So it's a core thing of leadership that I want to share beforehand, uh, in the very beginning of the workshops. So if your action inspires people, it's enough for being a leader. I know a person who used to plant trees, like walking around the villages and plant trees, and he planted almost like 100,000 trees across the villages. So he didn't post anything in Facebook. He don't have any LinkedIn. He's just a ordinary village guy. So he don't have anything. So he just doing his work, and people notice that, and that inspires people a lot. So he is a leader to plant trees in the villages. So from that story, from that incident, we can see that, like, for being a leader, we don't need to have thousands of followers. We don't need to speak in front of thousands people. We don't want to uh, go on a live and share my views and thoughts. We just can do. We can just have a purpose. We can just have a motivation to do something greater. It will inspire people. It will make you a leader. So just try to dream more, learn, make people dream more, learn more, do more, and become more with your action. So that will make you a leader. So as it's not interactive module, so I'm skipping that as well. But we have a lot of examples around us as leaders, and that can be some personal experience as well. Like in my personal life, I I like see one of my teacher who is a good leader for me. And also at the same time, we can like take example from the social leaders or political leaders as well, who inspire us a lot. So we have a lot of example of leaders around us. So now it's a core part of the workshops. What is leadership, and what is the formula of leaderships, and what is the combination, what are the things which combine the skill leaderships and make you a leader. So here we can see leadership means leader plus follower plus communication plus situation. So these are the four things that makes the skill leadership. So first it's leader. Leader means who are you, what do you know, and what can you do. So as a leader, to obtain the leadership skill, firstly you have to know yourself. Who are you? How you can inspire the people? What do you know? What's your knowledge? And what's the thing you know about what you want to share? Because as a leader, you have to have very good knowledge about the topic that you want to preach to the people. Like if you are a climate leader, you just used to share people the things about climate action, inspire people to do a lot of things on climate actions. Firstly, you should know about climate action. Other than that, you can't share anything, and people will not value your uh, value your whatever you share. People don't value that. So you have to know something, and what can you do, what will be your way of approach, what are the actions you will take to gather with the people. You have to share that things as well to being a leader. Then sorry, slides are not changing. What happened? Slides are gone stuck. Yeah, now it's fine. I think it's changing. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the technical interruptions. So uh, talk about follower. As a leader, you have to uh, maintain a certain follower who will work with you, who will work for your purpose, and who will hear you. And at the same time, as a good leader, you have to be a good follower as well. If you can follow a leader or you can a purpose, it will helps you to create follower, because then only then you can understand the psychology of a follower. If you are a good follower, you can create loyal and very great followers for your leadership. So firstly, you have to understand who are they, who will follow yourself, connecting the core target group with whom you wanna go to work with a purpose, and what do they believes in you, why do they believes in you. So who are you and what you can do, the first things about the leader, that will be the answer of the why do they believe in you. So make them aware about your skills, your actions, your motivations, and your goals. If you preach one goals like, yeah, let's make this happen, so they will trust you, and then you can work it together, do it together. And how do they follow you? Make a proper way how they can follow you. Then communication is very, very, very much important in leadership, because as a leader, all the time you do is communication. You will talk with people, you will talk with your stakeholders, you will talk with your followers, and you will talk with in meetings, conferences, sessions, workshops, a lot of things. So communication is the core component and the core skill of leadership. A leader who can talk better, communicate better, is the best leader. And just think that, like, what who are the leaders that you love to follow, or you don't follow them but you love to hear from them, because they can communicate better. When they speak, it's very much understandable for you. At the same time, it inspires you a lot. So there is verbal and non-verbal communication. So it's very much necessary to do a very good verbal and non-verbal communications and do set an example. It's also very important. If you lead, you have to show people examples that I have done this things before, so let's do this. It will motivate more to the followers, because if you couldn't do anything before, like you haven't, of course there is some entry level, but still, if you don't have any examples of your action, it will not inspire people. So firstly, you have to set very, very good examples for the followers. And what are the channels, how you will communicate. So how we will do the things, like for this conference there is WhatsApp group of the with the participants, and at the same time with the speakers. So it's a communication channel. So whoever take the initiative to organize the digital architect conference 2026, so they will create WhatsApp group for the so these channels help them a lot to communicate with the participants, speakers, and all, and also get new participants. They are using LinkedIn, Facebook, and other social media as well. So what about the communication channel is have a proper knowledge about that, and at the same time use proper communication channels to communicate with the people with whom you want to work. And then it's more important thing is situation, because situation makes the leader. If you read history, if you can uh, follow the geography or geopolitical things, you will see a lot of stories of situation, how situation makes leader, and how leaders uh, come across the situations. Like there will be some bad situation, good situation, challenges, a lot of things. So a good leader is ready for all situation, and a good leader is that leader who can tackle any situation come. So he is always ready with his plan B, C, D if any plan doesn't work. So that's why situation is a very important, and you can find a lot of courses and resources about situational leadership. But situational leadership is nowadays very important because the world is uncertain. And if you see your country, you can see like suddenly economic disaster comes, suddenly political disaster comes, suddenly like health sector is falling down, suddenly agriculture is falling down. So there is a lot of uncertainty happening, and suddenly wars are also coming across the world. So there is a lot of uncertainty happening uh, around us. So as a good leader, leaders should be very good at tackling the situation. So what leadership style for each situation? It should be planned in your mind as a leader, and relaxed versus stress relation situation. So it's also very important, like how you will uh, behave in the relaxed situation, or how you will uh, behave in the straight situation, or what will be your approach in the relaxed or the stressed situation, or we can say that in the good or in the bad situation. So we should think about that things about when you think about leadership. So leadership is the component with leader, follower, communication, and situation. So tackling the situations, having very good communication skills, and maintaining a very good leadership and follower strategy will make you strong in your leadership skills. So that's my approach. So I'm skipping that, but please think about that. Have you ever been in a leadership position? So it's also for your self assessment. Like when you are in a leadership uh, position, how would you work? And just think like when you are in a was a like you were a leader in your class in university days. So how you tackle all the things you have seen, like uh, as a leader, you have to have leadership skills, and you have to follow like there should be some certain followers who will follow you, and how you will maintain them, or you maintained them on the past days, and how you did the communication, how you did the situation handling process. So just it's for your self assessment. Like have you ever been in leadership positions, and how you do the leadership things, was that correct or wrong, how you can improve, just an assessment for you. So now I will start with the leadership component one. It's being self aware and accepting yourself. So, how do you understand self awareness, and why do you think it is important? So, what I shared in the previous slides, I have talked about that so many times. Like, as a leader, you have to first know yourself. You have to think what you can offer people. At the same times, how people can connect with you, how you can do a task together with the people. All the things are important when you are talking about leadership. So self awareness, knowing about myself, is very important when I'm gonna lead anything, any place. So it's very very important. So you can think again about that, how you are self-aware and how it's helping you to do more in the leadership positions. You can think about that. So here's another quote of Carl Gustav Jung. It's until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. It's a very, very important quote about leadership. So we sometimes we say that, like, uh, I make the wrong things because of the situation. I do the wrong decision because the situation is not in my favor, or like it's like there are nothing to do other than that, so I have to do the wrong thing. So this kind of thing happened many times in our life. So that's why we should make our unconscious thing to conscious. So when we can maintain ourselves with our decision, so it will help us to lead perfectly. Other than that, we will talk in that way, like, oh, it's all about situations. I have to do this because my country makes me do. So it's my fate. We always say that. So if you can control yourself, make your unconscious thing to conscious, it will help you to direct perfectly, make the correct decision, and going against everything that you will call fate. So it's very important, and this quote can be inspiring things to all. So there is four self-awareness archetypes. I think you can take a screenshot, or you can zoom the things as screen is, or you can make it big screen to read out the things. I'm going through the slide. So there is thinking about high self internal self-awareness and high external self-awareness. So if you have high internal self-awareness and low external self-awareness, it will uh, it will be a introspector, and they are clear on who they are, but don't challenge their own views or search for blind spots by getting feedback from others, and this can harm their relationships and limit their success. So our self-awareness becomes like, internal self-awareness is in one word, what we believe and what we are gonna do. And external self-awareness is all about feedbacks, all about people's reaction on our action, people's comments on our actions, which also change our awareness or motivate or influence us to do the things in another way. So if you have high internal self-awareness and low external self-awareness, you will behave like a introspectors, and you have seen the quality of the introspectors. Also, if you have high internal self-awareness and high external self-awareness, so we can tell you a perfectly self-aware person. They know who they are, what they want to accomplish, and seek out the value others opinion. And this is where leaders begin to fully realize the true benefits of self-awareness. So if you can talk about your belief, and at the same times you can accept people's opinion and change the things you have in yourself across, like against the comments people giving about yourself. So you are just like accepting the response. So it will make you high external self-aware as well. So it's a quality of very, very good and perfect leader. So if you can be a very high internal and high external self-aware, it will make you a aware personality. If you have low internal self-awareness and low external self-awareness, They are just seekers. They don't yet know who they are and what they want to do. So it's a very much beginning phase of any leaders. Like whenever in a new place you are placed as a leader, so it's really sometimes confusing to like what I can do. So he always confused of what he can do, and also he don't know about his strength and what he knows. So it's they are like the seekers. They are seeking the things and they are seeking the opportunities that what they can do. And if you have low internal self-awareness and high external self-awareness are the pleasures. What is pleasures? They are just working to make people please, not about their goal, not they think about their motivation. They don't think about like what is the purpose of their work. They're just making people please. So this is the things we can see mostly in some political leaders in our Asian context. They more focus on making people please, not doing the perfect thing or not doing the real thing that they believe or they are believe as the purpose of their work. So they don't serve that, they just serve to make people happy. So they can be so focused on appearing a certain way to others that they could be overlooking what matters to them. And over the time they tend to make choices that aren't in service of their own success or fulfillment. So they don't think about their success, they are just think about make people happy. What we say is the populism. They just do populism. So this is the thing. If we have seen in this matrix, it's a two is to two matrix. We will see how low and high internal external self-awareness varies people's personality in the leadership. So here are some core values of leadership, so you can check it out. And why this slide is like what are your three core values and what does it translate in your life. So there as activity, so as we are in one way approach, so that's why we can't do that. Here are the core values you can see in the slides and find out three of them, what you believe and what you want to practice in your leadership journey. So and how these core values are translating in your life and in your action. You can just check it out. So there's a question from Hunayn Abbas. How can a leader balance being decisive and staying open to feedback from your team? So it's very challenging. So it's all about communication. Like sometimes in a team, the leader is always the decisive. Like he takes final decisions, and all the subordinate works with him. They just to follow and take actions according to the leader's speech. So it's all about communication. Like sometimes, yeah, leader is the person who is gonna lead the team or lead the people he have or his followers. But when he is going to take any decisions, it's always ideal to discuss with the people or the representative of the people. Like, yeah, I'm thinking about to do that. So how what do you think? Is it feasible? What do you think we can do that together? Just connecting the subordinates in the planning phase is more impactful rather than like just to instruct them. So it's very important for a leader to dream together. Okay, so in company or in organizations, like in your IEC, you are dreaming about digital architect conference. So it's like here's a leader, right? Who is leading your organization. So what should be an ideal approach from him? Like he can call up a meeting with his all members and shared that yeah, we are planning for a digital marketing conference for the Pakistani youth. So how do you think how we can do it better, how we can make it more engaging, how can do it like we can uh, touch our core objectives with our actions. So there should be a meeting. So this meeting will make you feel, oh yes, I am part of the dream, I am part of the decision. So whatever, maybe the leader don't hear anything, any points discussed there, he will take his decision after, but it will make you feel that no, he didn't take the decision at his own, he discussed with us before taking the decision, whatever the decision is. Okay, so this can be an approach. You can be decisive, and at the same time you can staying open for feedback. And also, after doing all the conference, all the works, you can have another meeting like what are our mistakes, how we can do better in future. So these are the things like you can open for feedbacks, and it will help you to lead more impactfully and connect your subordinates more engaged way to do a thing together. I hope you get the answer. So these are my parts about leadership in actions, and other parts will be shared by Rida. So thanks for having me, and I hope you have enjoyed and learned some new things. And if you have any questions leader regarding the sessions, you can reach out me in LinkedIn, you can reach out me uh, in my email address. You can collect it from your organizers. So hope to see you again. Thank you. Over to you, Rida.
Thank you so much, Hasibu Islam, for sharing everything about leadership component level one, and how someone literally can become a true leader. And it is all about identifying your attributes and trying to connect everything with. We will like talk about it in uh, with more different components. Let's give me 1 minute. Let me share the screen first, and then we will definitely start. Just 1 minute, everyone. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to all of you. If it is, please let me know.
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you so much. So, as we get to know from who is a true leader and how a leader can act in a more appropriate way, and how from a follower to like commitments, community, and so many other things. Now we want to like make a connection with our own personalities and how we can go beyond that to just realize that what are the those most beneficial things that we should do to realize not only our personality but also what really matters to us and how we can achieve our goals and become something someone who can truly contribute for the community, for the society. But before that, let's have a scenario here. You are planning a movers workshop with your team and everything is great in the beginning, and then everyone ignores you and your messages for 2 days while the workshop is going to take place tomorrow. Now you have to think about this situation. What comes to your mind first? What would your ideal self do, and from 1 to 10 how close you are with the ideal self? What How you are going to like respond about the situation if no one is answering your questions, your queries, anything you want to know about, so everyone is ignoring you. So this is something, this is maybe you will think that it's a very small task, or maybe very a small reflection piece, or maybe you think that it's not that big, that will ultimately tell you how what's your personality really, and how you are going to respond to it. Because in our daily life we face so many things. We face people who are are being judgmental, who are ignoring your questions, who are not cooperating in your daily task, or maybe it you can face this situation in your university, in your college, in your even in your uh, with your group mates, in your offices, everywhere. And sometimes we think that it really doesn't matter, but it do. Because when we take little moments for granted, we start developing a tendency of ignoring the uh, coming out very important message and reflection of ourselves. For example, if I'm not behaving in a very appropriate manner, if I'm not taking it like something which is challenging, maybe I'm not taking it as a situational. Just Hasibul Islam said that there is a situational leadership as well. If you don't keep those things in your mind, and you always show aggression, or you started judging people on the basis of their responded, other than you just try to understand that if I will be in their situation, what and how I should respond, right? So then it will start making meaningful and a more appropriate approach for you, right? And this is how you can maintain a personality, a perception for your own self, that how you should go further with anything, how should like deal with such situations. Maybe with this little practice in coming days, or maybe within few months, as you go on the higher side, and you will realize that there will be more difficult situation that you need to tackle with that. So these little practices make you more aware of yourself, and also give you more clarity that how you should deal with other people, right? As well as now we'll see that there's a glass. So now you have to see, just imagine, it is half cup, half full, half empty. It is exactly like that situation we were talking about, when people were ignoring your messages, and you were anxious about the upcoming workshops, and you were anxious about the situation. Now this is exactly reflecting on your personality. You are thinking and taking things positively or negatively. There is no fit answer of this. Cup is full or cup is half. There is always a reflection of your side, how you are going to take the situation. You are going to bring a full potential out of it, or you are going for something, or just to blame that, just to get anxious and crazy, and you feel that now you are stuck somewhere, you have nowhere to go around, and you will lost everything. Or you will stay calm, or you will try to approach other people. Even if they don't respond, you will come out with another solution. Depends on, you can like approach another speaker for that, or facilitator for the session. You can like go for something else in that. You can approach anyone in his circle, in her circle, and ask if there is any situation with him or her, and if you can like give them a helping hand and support them in any way. So this is not only a way to like appreciate yourself and stay calm and positive, but also you are going to create a link with others. You are showing that yes, there is something you are really looking forward, and you want to that thing execute very well, but still you are concerned why people are not answering you. If there is something went unnoticed from your side, so you are coming with more optimistic approach, right? And always keep this in your mind. When you think with a very clear mind and with a very optimistic approach, you will always get good results. Because when we think negatively, we will always go with boundaries and so many limitations that are actually not there, not in reality, but we are just creating those. So here is another one. How do you see the world? Just like the way we were talking about the half cup or full cup, half full, half empty. What is it? It is exactly a reflection that how we are uh, witnessing the world, how we are looking that the opportunities around us, the problems, the difficulties, the happiness we are feeling, and so many other things. This is exactly like that cup, and the full and half is our perception, our attitude towards the situation and everything. So there are always two sides, limiting beliefs and empowering beliefs. If you have a a person who is always on a victim of circumstances, then you are someone who is limiting your beliefs. If you want to grow in your life, you have to come out with this approach that okay, this is something that happened to me, or in this situation we are stuck, so let's go with it. Let's create another opportunity, let's create your own reality. Then this will call the empowering belief. Then obstacle hold me back. Whenever you say that okay, because of this situation I am unable to do this thing, so this is a mindset, because there are problems, so I'm unable to do. But if you have this mindset that nobody is coming to me with the plate full of opportunities, uh, full of options, or I have to give my 100%, I have to give it a try. uh, what will be a more what you see, what uh, worst thing can happen to me. It's just like maybe in a future you won't get any benefit out of it even after giving 100%. But keep in mind that opportunity will definitely teach you something, that how you can execute an event, how you can execute a project, what are the key points over there, what were the technicalities, how you need to manage the project, how you need to manage the team. And there have been so many things. Never ever think that anything is going to be like a full waste for you. But if you think that okay, it's not like something which is holding me back, these obstacles are not in a very supporting mode, and I will definitely going to face failure, so then this is definitely a limiting belief, and you are already blocking all the opportunities for yourself. I can't start until that happens. So this is usually happen with those people who have a very perfectionist, or you can say the very sometimes I want to just when I will start this thing, or I will do this thing, when I will learn it 100%, or I will can give it to my 100%. No, you will never be ready until you will start from somewhere to achieve something. If you know something like 30 to 40%, even just give it a try, start doing it. It's just like if you want to draw a painting, you want to do something, you want to sketch a landscape, you don't need to learn each and every piece of it. You are going to create your own version of how you see the world, how you think that uh, the landscape should reflect. This is going to be really yourself. So what you have to do, you have to pick your pencil, your paper, board, whatever colors, and just start drawing on it, creating lines on it. That will definitely help you to grow, because when you will start one painting, then another painting, and then another, that practice, that persistency will actually lead you to the success. Nobody can 100% be fit in a situation, and if you think that this will happen, that is 100% for you, right? If this typical scenario or this typical 100% position will happen, then I will do the something. So it's never going to happen, because this is the reality. Whatever we think, there's an other version of it, there is an other like side of it, and when we jump into the situation, then we will realize it. So always try to do with the minimum things, and just try to do with a very positive attitude. This is too hard, I should quit. So anything, if anything, when you start it, always like give you hard time, because nothing comes with like pearls or benefits. You always have to give your 100% for that to work. There is no like, this is a very common misperception in the world, try to do things smartly. So there is no smart thing in the world. You always have to do hard things. You have to do, you have to give your 100%. You have to work hard for things. You need to work on, you need to practice, and then there will a time will come when you will be able to like you feel yourself a polished version, and then you can tell this, okay, if I want to do situation A or B or C, I can do this in a very minimum time. I can do this with a minimum budget. I can do this with this smart way as well. But to reach that smart level, you really need to work very hard before that. So if you want to like make things easy for you, you have to give them a try, and you have to really work hard for it. And then, I can't trust my team, they will trick me. I trust my team, they will do great work. So this is a very big misconception from people who are thinking that we can do this thing. We want to like, if we involve so many people, they will harm the maybe project, the concept, or whatever it is. But if we think that yes, people will definitely come together and make it a good one, then definitely we can see that different mind come together, there will be a masterpiece, right? So this is another definition or quotation from a very renowned person. Success is a peace of mind, which is a direct result of self satisfaction, is knowing you made the effort to do something. Okay, now here is a situation, but we won't stick for that, but it is just for you to like think your attributes and then imagine things. So here is the question, that imagine 10 years from now, you spend a wonderful day. At the end of the day, you think that that's great, I've made it. What it is your mind that makes you feel that way? So always try to remember those beautiful thing in your life. Maybe some people do journaling, you can do that. And after 10 years, when you will go with you will read all those diaries. Like, LinkedIn is a very powerful way nowadays, but when you read that, you will realize that those little moments are shaping, were shaping your personality, your attitude. Now here is another leadership component that is very much important, that is walk the talk. When you walk, what is walk the talk? It is literally a very amazing component in the leadership. You really talk about those things. You really like uh, living library, living book, living project. You need to talk about, you need to literally show what you really want to do or want to achieve in your life. So the renowned author is also saying, when you want something and literally want something in your life, then all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And it happens, we have seen that sometimes the people who are working really very hard, they ultimately get the best of the best in their life. But that is something that really makes your work, your passion, and your 100%. So walk the talk, the leadership component is very much important. And if you want any tool in your life that tell you how you are going to achieve your goals, or how are you on the right track or on the wrong track, if you want to analyze your personality, in this leadership role. So grit is an amazing way. What is grit? Grit is excellent way, because in grit there is interest, practice, purpose, and hope. You can also say that grit is something like you are going with goals, you are going with resilience, you are showing your interest and your tendencies as well. So this is amazing. Now we could go with what are these interest, practice, purpose, and hope one by one. So just give you a clear picture that how you should set your grid and how you can analyze that. So first of all, interest. I'm not going to like talk it a lot about, so we always know what our interest, but first you need to understand what your interest really, and what do you think for interest to like realize them or get 100% out of them, or uh, to have a very clear check mark or clarity on your goals. You need to list down all those interests one by one, and then what you can do, you have to see that if you are sticking with your interest for 1 week, for 1 month, for 1 year, or for so many years. If you are sticking with something with so many years, ultimately that is your actual interest. Because in this current social media time, when information is out there and we are watching so many videos, we usually come out with so many ideas. Yes, I want to do this thing, I want to do that thing, but sometimes those things that are like creating an interest for you, or you think that that is amazing, that is like wonder, if I can do this and I can align with, I will definitely do something amazing. But eventually with the passage of time we find another interest. So for that you need to really spend your time with your interest, and then you need to realize if they are something you can spend your life with, or you see yourself in future that yes, I can like definitely uh, say that yes, it is my calling, right? So you need to find that calling, and for that you need to go from this procedure, that is discovery, development, and deepening. So you need to discover and your interest and develop your interest in that, because sometime, as I mentioned earlier, we lost our interest with the passage of time. So interest, finding your interest and why that interest matters to you, and how you can spend your times. If you really enjoy, if this is the first call, when you get a spare time, you think that definitely I'm going to do this thing, then definitely it is something you can say it is my calling. After you're finding your interest, your calling, your practice is very much important. So as I mentioned earlier that in this world there is nothing like we say that okay, try to do things smartly, find smart ways. No, you always need to work hard, you need to practice and practice, and then there will be a polish version of yourself when you will able to see yes, there this is something, there is a task I need to do, and I can definitely come with a very smart idea, smart way, smart move. And smart move doesn't mean you are like tricking someone. It is just, you know, that how you can do a thing in a very minimum time, right? So this is something you do with your practice. You build your mental muscles. If you want to see that you are building your mental muscles or not, I can give you a very good example of that. We usually try to learn a language. Duolingo app, just give it a try. So what is, if you really want to, it's a very long way to get the certification from the Duolingo, right? So if you're really interested into like learn a language in your comfort zone, right? But you want to learn it, you really need to practice with that app every day, maybe like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Maybe you will see that there will a time come when you feel it's getting boring, you have no interest to learn that language anymore, you just want to leave that. And but if you keep that in your mind that yes, this is something uh, that really that really matters to me. I can see myself in future doing something amazing thing with this language. Maybe I get the certification, maybe I will be able to get the IELTS badge from it. So what is it? It is practice. You have to do everything. You see your interest over there, and then you are coming out of your comfort zone, because after finding your call, need to stick with that call with practice, and patience is very much important. So what we need to do, we need to have a very clear defined stretch goal, then fully concentration and effort, and then implement immediate informative feedback. Informative feedback is very important, because when we don't do any practice, when we don't do things actually in white and black form, right, we don't work for that thing, we are not able to get the feedback of those things. uh, we uh, we really need something to show the people. Yes, I'm for example, making this painting, what do you think about it? Doesn't matter, they are your colleagues, your mentor, your peers, whoever you are. You, if you need feedback, you first have a piece, a sample, a product, and then you will show them and get that immediate and informative feedback, and then you will polish that skill, right? So it is very much important. And then repetition with reflection and refinement. So after getting the feedback, then you are going to like put efforts in that, how you can refine it more, how you reflect on your mistakes, you try to correct them, you get to know that what are your key strength points, you stick to them, and then you work on your weaknesses as well. So practice is very important. You need to come out your comfort zone and then apply all your skills to master that interest, and then practice, practice, and practice is only the one thing you need to do. After finding doing the practice in uh, part, now here comes the purpose. So we started our journey with interest, like I want to do something in life and this is something really interests me. Let's suppose I'm going to do this thing, but because of the social media world, we have so many things happening around, we find another interest. But after a passage of time, we got to know that yes, the situation, the interest one is actually what I really want to do, but not the interest b. So I'm going to stick with the interest one, and then after sticking interest one, that is like self-oriented interest. I came to know that actually I really want to do this thing in my life, right? I want to be an engineer, I want to be a painter, I want to be a chef, and something, this is actually my own interest. Then self-discipline practice, you practice that interest. If you want to be painter, if you want to be a coder, if you want to be a doctor, whatever, you literally read that thing, you got degree in that, you practice, you practice, and you practice, and then finally realize a particular interest with a very meaningful purpose that is also linked with other people, right? Because in the leadership component, you always have to see that how people are going to connect with you. If you want to do something in your life, if you want to achieve any goal, you also have and you want to be a leader, that is in action as well. So you need to figure it out how you can align that with other people, how you can contribute for the well-being of other people, and then it become a other-centered purpose, right? So definition is the intention to contribute to the well-being of others, and this is the only process to reach this level, from self-interest, from self-discipline practice. Now you are like aligning it with other-centered purposes. So after doing that, last point of this creativity exhibits and willingness to look forward despite confronting failure after failure. So maybe in a very starting point, when you get to know your interest, when you did practice on that interest, and then you realize that this is something, if you aligned with it purposefully, then you can help other people for the well-being of the people, right? So maybe in the first years, maybe yeah, initially when you were starting this journey, you will feel or confront failures, or not only one failure, maybe failure after failure. There will be there will be a lot of time when you see that it's not going to like happen, this is not working out for you, right? But you need to keep that hope, and you need to get feedback on that. You need to take the situational leadership qualities in yourself. You need to see the whole situation. I have this interest and I want to do this for the benefit of the world, for the people. So whenever I try to do this thing, why I am failing this particular result, maybe why I'm like confronting fail every time. So you need to like evaluate, analyze every situation in a very detail, right? And then you always will be on track when you analyze your setback, disappointments, and so many other things. You will be able to see the progress, you will be able to see the biggest failure points. And when you came to know that why you are failing at that level, there is the point hope. Then you can like show the world, because when we know that why we are not achieving that certain level of achievement, why we are not achieving that level, that is clearly showing a hope in that, because we know where we need to work now, right? So I have there is example, I have feeling tomorrow I will be better, is different from I resolve to make tomorrow better. The hope that gritty people have has nothing to do with luck and everything to do with getting up again. So we usually say he is lucky, or she is lucky, she get this thing, she get this opportunity. No, we usually don't see all those failures, all those setbacks and disappointments someone is going through, and then at a point he is or she is achieving so many things. So always go with like practice, and then find that those setbacks that are literally holding you back to achieve something, and that finding that gap is a hope for you. And this is how we can like fulfill our leadership component to walk with talk, like we are literally thinking about everything that really matters to us, and we think that we are fully ready to see ourselves in future with that interest, to be like a painter, to be a politician, to be a founder of any organization and anything, right? So for that you need to really keep this grit module in your mind, and you need to analyze. So here is an example you can do later, and if you have any question or you have thought, you can share in the chat box as well, of an example, things you try to learn or do, or use grit model to analyze it. So you can just you can do this practice with your 1 year or 2 year experiences, and you can think about, I have tried these things, I tried to learn these skills, and then use grit model and analyze that, are you on track, and what are the setbacks, are you able to find your interest, are you doing are you practicing, and are you like working for on the stage of purpose. Now you are thinking to give benefits to other people and for the well-being of other people, and now you are at some point, if you are facing any failures in that, you are a clear approach there where you can see what are the key components that are making you stay back or not helping you to achieve your goals, right? So this is another very good quotation, that remember that if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will be. And yes, it is important. It is important because we are witnessing so many things happening around us in social media, in our life, on LinkedIn, everywhere. People are, I am doing this, I am doing. So you need to really clear your mind. You need to like filter all those things you think really don't matter to you, and you need to make a very important list. What are those things that really matters to you, and then you should do. If you don't do these things in your life at this age, definitely we are you're all in this age of like college and universities, and if you don't do this at this point, then definitely someone else will do, and you will regret it later in your life that I got the opportunity to make my mind clear. I got the whole lecture and even a tool that how can I we can do it, and still I didn't, right? So there is another tool to understand your leadership component or your personality, and it is not about just to realize. If you realize in a better way, then you can work on it. You can shift your approach and mindset from essentialist to non-essentialist. Like how essentialist people think, like non-essentialist, they're always with so many things happening in their mind. They want to do this and everything, and ultimately they will able to do nothing. But essentialists are those who are very much clear about the things, what they really want to do, what are those things really matter to them, and then they ultimately do those things. So uh, what are non-essential top points are: I have to do this. It's all important. How can I fix it all? How can I do everything? But essentialist, what they are doing, they are choosing. This something really matters to me. It doesn't matter my friend, my brother, my sister, whoever is doing, but this is the one particular thing that is actually important for me. Then the other thing is only a few things are really matter to them. Not everything is like literally important for them. So they are very clear with their vision, what they really want to achieve in their life, right? And they will work for that. An undisciplined pursuit of the non-essential essentialist, they are not disciplined. Keep in that mind. Atomic Habits is a great example of people who literally comes under this essentialist list. What they do, they are disciplined and they do those things daily. They practice those things, right? They are very much disciplined about what really matters to them, and they don't think what other are thinking, how they are like wasting their times. They are very much concerned about their approach, right? And then gets the thing does, and then gets lives a life that does not satisfy. So satisfy can come, you can like think it comes with two different variations. One is you want to like please other people and satisfy their approach, and then this is another side of satisfaction is like you want to like do everything, and you think that if I am doing everything in life, then I am like really doing. So this is another way of satisfaction, right? Pleasing and like doing things with like to please other people. But on the other side, once again, essentialist people are those who are very clear what really matters to them. If something is very much important for other people and it is like important, you think if I do, I will be able to make them happy, but ultimately you think that that is not my goal. Maybe something, any project, anything, you have skills to do that, but that's not on your goal list, right? And it will definitely take your time. So we need to work on that as well. So here is the very, very last point of our discussion, and focus on what you can control. And this is something in your control, and what is that is not in your control. So if you think you are having a very proactive approach, and you think like I can control my spendings. I can control how I can polish my skill. I can utilize my time. How can I manage my project timelines, whatever it is. So you are very much clear about things. You are clear about your career development. You are clear about your priorities. So you are a proactive person, and you are ultimately working on them as well. But people who have a very reactive approach, what they are doing usually what they are doing, they are talking about only those things that are not in their control. For example, they are talking about the GDP of the country, the politics happening around, because you are one who is like, who cannot do anything for those things. You are just only there talking about, gossiping about, sharing those posts, and wasting your time, right? You are wasting your energy. Sometimes saving your energy for the good causes, for the things really matter to you, is important. So yes, you need to be.
Uh, Rida, sorry
And
to
it,
interrupt, but we cannot hear your voice.
I'm audible now.
Yeah, yeah, it is audible now.
So uh, I need to like explain it once again.
No, no,
Okay, let's.
got it just got faded for like 2 minutes.
Okay, okay, all right. So yeah, so we were talking about focus on what you can control. That is for those people who really have a very proactive approach. They know that what are those things that really affect and influence their life, their priorities, and their situations. For example, they know how I can control my budget, how I can spend my money, how can I utilize my time, how can I go further with any project and team, whatever that really matters to them. They think about those things, and that is proactive approach, because they are you are using your energy, and you know where you should and how much you should spend it. And reactive approaches are those people who don't have control of their own time, their own things, their own priorities, and they are always talking about those irrelevant and those things that are not directly linked with them, and that are also not influencing their life, but they are wasting their all their energy on those. For example, they are always talking about those problems happening in the world. Maybe they are talking about the GDP. Maybe they are talking about what is happening in the politics, because ultimately you are in a position where you don't have that much approach to influence all those decisions. So if you want to get the knowledge and you want to be someone who knows everything what is happening around, you should show your interest, you get information, but don't like waste your energy on all those things that are not in your control. Policies happening in the world, GDPs, politics is not are not in our control. What is in our control? Our family, our life, our times, our money, how we can polish our skills, how we can spend time. So these are the things a proactive person always do. We have seen this a great example. People in the world who really, we say that they are leaders. What they are doing, they are always talking about those things that really matters to them, and those things that they think that yes, they have a influence on those things, and they can change the decision, they can change the situation. They are not just gossiping around until unless you are in that position to make a difference. So always work on your skills, are on your personalities, on your positions, and work for those things you think that are in your control, and you can make a change of it. So this is all from today's session from my side. I hope everyone likes that. How they can use the good, so we can understand, analyze their personality, and how they can go with it. And it doesn't matter whatever personality you have, if you know, if you analyze in a very appropriate way, and you know that what are your good traits and bad traits, what are your attributes, characteristics, you know everything, so you can ultimately polish yourself, and you can achieve in life and become a good leader as well. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Rida, that you since you explain everything in detail. I don't see any question, but appreciation. Thank you so much for your time and insight. Really grateful. Thank you so much. Until next time, we'll see you again, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much,
Hafiz,
Rida,
thank
for
you
your
so much
time. It was
for
great
having
having
me
you.
here.
Yeah, it was great having you. It was great listening you. Thank you so much for your time and confirming last moment. Thank you so much for sharing your journey as well. I would really look forward to work again with you. I would appreciate if you could um just drop a recommendation or some sort of thing on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz everyone. We have next session coming at 7 p.m. So I'll see you guys there. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, everyone. Take care.